right. So in this, this is the third video in a series, and this is the BKREA.com website. This is Bob Knakal, and I'm going to show you how we built out his SEO strategy and how effective it is. It's bringing in a massive amount of, high percentage of the business that they're getting today is coming from people doing searches. One way or another, they are definitely searching, and it's very, very high percentage of business. I speak to Bob every Saturday, and point blank, this is what he said. This is the, business is coming in. Some of the people that are calling him know him, but they're checking him out online and they're looking at his information. But a lot of strangers, people that have never done business with him before. And so this strategy has become his sales force, and this is what I am going to help you with as well. So in the last video, we talked about, in the last couple of videos, we talked about the different categories, right? So you got your exclusive listings, your closed transactions, also success stories, and media. These are the combinations of things that work, like market reports. And let me just show you real quick. When you look at the site, go over here to the media tab, go over to the development site link, go over here and look at the development site monthly newsletter that they create. And you see what they're doing right here. This is the first thing. This is the beginning of the SEO strategy right here, because you can see on this map, there are many different property types. He's got everything color coded. There are different neighborhoods. There are very hyper local neighborhoods, and each property type is different. And so you want to capitalize on all the different niches within your market. And, don't feel overwhelmed about it. It's just a process. It's a step-by-step process. I spoke with somebody yesterday, and I said, if you're going to go into this with a attitude, like I'll try it for 3 months and see how it works, like you failed before you even started. You've already quit because you already don't think it's going to work. And they said, well, how about a year? And I said, no. I said, you got to look at this as a 10-year plan. One step at a time. This is your business model, and you can build amazing businesses out of this. Like, you can create so much business. And I've been doing this for years and years and years, and I've seen so much business. And the biggest problem that I run into is people are just, they're just afraid to commit. They think that there's an easier way. And I'm going to tell you that this works. So anyway, take a look at the newsletter. This is like chock full of information and keywords and niche markets. Like right here, construction pipeline updates. There's angles all around each one of these. You've got the COPA, community opportunity to purchase stacked. What does this mean? This is something that you can optimize and rank for in your market. I don't care. Like I said, it doesn't matter. You could be in New Brunswick, New Jersey. You could be in, Waltham, Massachusetts, or Plano, Texas, right? It doesn't matter where you are. This is the same strategy. So you can, and there's all kinds of niche markets within this. Recently closed, right? You've got air rates. Look at this. UAPIH air rates, Community Board 8. This is really interesting. And look at the deal. Inclusionary housing certificates. That is a very, very niche specific topic. Like, you go after and optimize inclusionary housing certificates for, Manhattan air rights. I mean, there's no competition for topics like this. And this is what people are searching for. When somebody does a search for something that specific and they land on your page, who are they going to hire to market their property? They're going to hire the one who's the expert in all this. And this is how this works, right? Again, this is a great niche, right? The air rights marketplace. I use this as an example. You may not have air rights in your market. They may not apply, but there are going to be many, many very unique niche markets within your market. Every property is different. Every location is different. Every size. I don't care whether it's a home or it's a industrial building or a strip center. I mean, I think about strip centers and how many strip centers that I drive by all the time. I have no idea what's in them. They're a mile from me, and there are great stores in there, bakeries and things like that. I don't know that they're there because I've never been in them. They might have 10 stores in there, but you know what? If you have an optimization strategy around that property, you can add value to your strip center. If you're an owner of a property, this is something that you can do. Anyway, again, let's just scroll through here. Again, more air rights information. So this is a really good topic that, we definitely want to focus on. But, what I wanted to do is just go over here and primarily, let's go back. So I've given you a little bit of, a little interesting info. But, again, I want to go talk about the niche markets, right? And when you look at how we did this, each headline is, and this is what we talk about in our school group all the time, the importance of headlines, whether it's a social media post, it's a press release, it's a blog post. I mean, these success stories, they're blogs. These are blogs. We call them success stories, but that's what they are. And the other thing too, I want to mention too, is that it really makes a huge difference when you have all your success stories in one place, right? When you mix them up, if you have success stories mixed in with market information, it dilutes the strategy. It dilutes the messaging. And that's what we're doing here. It's we are marketing. This is like high level marketing. This is how infomercials have done it for years. And it works online, it works offline. But anyway, you can see all the different niche sites, right? So mixed use development site in Crown Heights, in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, Upper East Side, Manhattan. I mean, we can go down here. Let's see what else we have. Let's go down a little bit. Commercial air rights sale in Midtown. And, this is a really good one too. So I just want to show you here, like this one right here, commercial air rights sale in Midtown East Manhattan. So if I go over here, I just did this. I just paused the screen for 1 second, but I wanted to go over here, commercial air rights sale, Midtown Manhattan. And, if you look at it, BKREA is number one. Okay. And you can see they're even in let me see what we got here. Okay. Some other information here. Okay. We need to really focus more on the air rights. But you can see they are ranking number one. Now let's see what happens if I remove the word. Yeah, this is pretty awesome. So commercial air rights sale, Manhattan, BKREA isn't ranking number one. So that's the point. We could go over here and let's say we go over, let's just see development site sale in Tribeca. Let me just see what happens. I'm just going to copy this. Let's go back over here. And let's try this and see if it's ranking. Oh, shoot. That was my last thing I did. All right, let's try again. Let's just go Tribeca. And let's go back over here. Let's go over here. Yeah, look at that. Development site sale in Tribeca, ranking number one. And that's the thing is that each one of these let's go back. Let's go look at a couple others. Let's see. Development site sale in Crown Heights. Let's see what happens here. Let's keep it sort of general. Let's go development site sale in Crown Heights. Let's see what happens here. All right. Crown Heights. Yeah, there you go. Development site sale in Crown Heights. I mean, this is the model right here. What you're looking at is something really amazing that you have this opportunity to see what we've done here. Because when I started this, I had to figure this out on my own. Nobody taught me and how to do this. I figured it out and I'm giving it to you on a silver platter. And you go into a local market, I don't care where you are, and you start to do a strategy like this. You may remember another previous video where I talked about an amazing deal that came in from a commercial painting contractor that I worked with, who did these they did these roof membranes that protected like metal roofs, or roofs on industrial buildings. And I linked it over to another page about commercial painting, and somebody did a search for roof painters in like Spokane, Washington. And they found this guy ranked #1 for roof painters. He never heard the word mentioned in his life, but Google saw the relevance between one page and another, and they ranked it #1 for that particular person who was doing a search. And the client, the commercial painting contractor, got a lead. He ended up getting started out with 6 roofs that they had to paint on these triple net lease buildings. They had to, these are these metal. You've probably seen them, like the metal ones. They're on different retail centers, a lot of food and beverage type locations, where it might be like a bright red or a green or a yellow. But anyway, he ended up getting I think he got 100 roofs to paint from that, and it was a very, very specific thing. But the point is that it was the relevance between the pages. So what you're learning here, what I'm showing you, is an SEO strategy that actually performs. I'm telling you, you follow this and learn from this. You're just, if you follow the system and you do what we've been doing for years, and I'm telling you, it's going to work. You're going to build an amazing business. I don't care what niche you're in. I mean, this works for everybody. It works for painting. It works for, industrial deals. It works for office space. It works for homes. It works for kitchen remodeling. I don't care what it is. Each one, this is a strategy that can be replicated. Again, we go over here. Let's see. I don't know if this is going to work. This is pretty general, but let's try this one. Apartment building sale in Upper West Side, NYC. Let's give it a look. I can't guarantee that it's going to rank, but let's try it. Okay, this one didn't rank. Let's go a little bit deeper. And Upper West Side, let's see if I type in NYC. Well, certainly if I type in the address, I'm sure that I'm going to get that. Let's just go with 96th Street. Let's go with 96th Street because people do search by address. And there you go. There you go. Okay. So, we could use a little work on the Upper West Side apartment building sale, but you can see that, if somebody's, in New York City, people search by street address, so that's a very hyper local strategy. So anyway, that's all I got to share for this one. Take a look at the BKREA website. We are creating new strategies for BKREA all the time in many, many different businesses with the exact same model all over the country. You want to know how to do this. You want to know how to start getting people calling you with $2 million deals, $5 million, $10 million. We've seen over $50 million deals come in from searches like this. And it just keeps working. It becomes your ultimate sales force. And the more you do it, the more the more you focus on this strategy, and the more you fill out your market, the more business that's going to come your way. And when you go to give that exclusive listing presentation, it just makes it so much easier because you've got people calling you, they're finding you online. You can use the proof of your visibility online to demonstrate, your expertise. It is a killer program. You just got to follow it. Click the link down below. I hope you share, like the channel, come join our school group, pick up a copy of the exclusive listing pitch kit, and I guarantee you're going to make a fortune.